I don't think you could be a good mother and an entrepreneur, and I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalila, and I help entrepreneurs clean up their business mess and their life's mess. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of the wonderful, amazing women who are out there mothering, whether it's your biological child or a mentee or, just someone you love. Thank you and happy Mother's Day. Can you be a good mother and an entrepreneur? Let's talk about reality versus the fantasy. So I think that growing up and before I became a mom, I think I had this vision of what motherhood looks like. And I'm going to try to think. I think I've always wanted to become a mom. I just told myself growing up that if I became a mother, or when I became a mother, that I was gonna be this extraordinary mom. Your perception of possibly motherhood and mothering may look different depending on your dynamics and how you grew up. And as a young person growing up and becoming a woman and deciding that I'm going to become a mother, I think I had this Huxtable, TV version of what I thought motherhood looks like versus the reality. I think in television shows, they gave the perception that the woman was juggling everything, carrying everything, able to be like this businesswoman and this amazing mother at the same time. I felt like Claire Huxtable was doing her thing. I think she was a lawyer, right? I think she was a lawyer.
Mr. Wilson, what percentage of your business involves engine replacement?
I guess 25%.
She's setting him up.
If you've been in business for 6 years, 1 out of every 4 of your customers gets an engine removed, you must have tremendous storage problems.
Well, we keep some of them and others go to the junk dealers.
She just drew blood.
I think Claire Huxtable was doing her thing as a lawyer and then coming home and making sure that she was a mother present, doing all the things in the kitchen, doing all the, it gave this perception that Claire was mothering and she was a, not maybe an entrepreneur, but a businesswoman, doing her thing. And I think that, yeah, but I'm filming a video.
Okay, I'll just wait.
It's going to be a minute.
Oh, okay, I'll come back after.
All right, thank you. And I appreciate it.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
All right, I love you. Oh my Jesus, just don't move anything.
All right. Bye, love you.
I love you too. You done messed up my whole flow. Ugh. Motherhood, okay? So I think Claire Huxtable gave this perception of this well-rounded woman who was juggling everything, doing everything, being this badass lawyer and then coming home and actually mothering her kids, teaching all these lessons and making sure that her family was together. And I think that is the fantasy. So in my mind, that is what I saw as motherhood and going into entrepreneurship. I felt like I could juggle these two worlds, and I'm realizing that whatever juggling act that you are trying to do, a ball is going to drop no matter what. And that's probably the hardest part of motherhood. It's you deciding which ball will drop and which ball you'll feel less guilty about dropping. So I remember one year, it was my son's first day of maybe second grade. And I had the decision between going to filming a television entrepreneur show.
See this as a vending machine too, on top of what you already got going on, as another stream of income in the airport. People can
versus being there for his birthday and the first day of school. I was more torn between questioning, does society view me as a bad mom for not being there, or do I view myself as a bad mom for not being there? And I had to really chuck it up. I'm and the type of person that I am, I was okay with feeling like as long as he had a village, he had the support, he had the right people there, I was okay with missing this birthday, with missing this first walk to school for second grade, because I feel like I've been there. I'm a mom that is present, that shows up. I would just say for any mother that is questioning whether their motives or their things that they're doing is right or not, I'm going to tell you, look at you. Look at your heart. Look at what you're doing, and like really examine if how impactful this is going to be one way or the other. I think that that's the true balance between motherhood and womanhood, because you have so many things that are colliding at once, in which you are questioning, like, as a woman, am I making the right decision? But does being a mother trump being a woman? That is a good question. I think some of the decisions that we're going to make as business owners really is coupled with you being a woman and you saying, like, would my career advance? Would certain things, like, do I need this? Is this going to be make or break for my family? And that's where this balancing act, juggling act gets a little bit hard to really make sure that the balls that's in the air really don't drop on the floor. I know everybody right now throws around generational wealth and all this other stuff, but I think that as a mother, I really want my kids, I want my daughter and my son to really see, like, not just the hard work, but also like that there is a balance, that there is going to be times that I may not be able to come to certain things. Let's talk about the expectations of motherhood. So I just feel like society puts like this heavy sort of like rule that if you are a good mother, it looks like this. And I'm here to tell you, there is no rule. I used to compare myself to how I'm mothered. Like, if I had my son up too late, if I was bringing him onto, vend with me and him having to spend 12 hours with me, I would judge myself about like the types of food versus cooking a meal. Like, those are all things that I think that as a entrepreneur and mother, that sometimes you are questioning if you're being a good mom because you are choosing one over the other. I have friends. Some of my friends, they are the Betty Crockers, they are the bakers, they're the cookers. They're the ones that, decorate the rooms with balloons and all the stuff for birthdays, or, like they're in gymnastics, they're going to swim meets, they are soccer moms, they are doing all the things. And because I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years, and my son is now almost 13 and my daughter is going on 3, I would say for a heavy part of those 10 years, my main mission was making my life, our life, comfortable. I was able to afford and be able to buy a home from entrepreneurship. So for me, when it came to making a choice between like work or hustling or doing stuff and like being at home or doing certain things, I chose to be out of the home, or I chose to like be out vending and hustling and doing. I'm hoping that not only does that pay off where I could afford a life that I truly want, but I'm also hoping that my son and my daughter could see what that looks like, what that hustle is. Ever been to a restaurant and you see like a young child that is either doing the register or even sitting over on the side on an iPad? I think that as an entrepreneur, you have a certain type of grit, a certain kind of hustle, because we're trying to like get somewhere. And I know that a part of that can become detrimental, where it's like, what are you trading? What are you exchanging? You're exchanging this time for positioning. I know we're in a different space right now where a lot of the internet is talking about like balance and making sure that you are giving you're giving equal time. But the reality of it is somewhere there is going to be a sacrifice, and you're going to have to be okay with which one you are trading what for what. Recently, you had Emma Grede, who is entrepreneur of all entrepreneurs right now, and she is talking about like trading and needing, I want to say she said that you only need like 3 hours with your kids.
Listen, I want to be really honest about this. I spend all my time working and I'm a mum of 4. I think that I am a core memory mum. I'm not going to walk it back. Like, I'm somebody that really, really cares about the big things, the big moments, Christmas, Thanksgiving. But let's be honest, if I've been at work all week, Monday through Friday, and I'm with my kids all morning on a Saturday, there's time that I need for me. And I think that most mums, after playing with their kids and taking their kids to the birthday parties and getting up on a Saturday and going through their house and running their errands, are exhausted.
As an entrepreneur, as a woman, I understand it. I understand her saying, like, I'm only going to trade this amount of time. And hopefully those 3 hours are my undivided attention, my lock in with my kids so that I could spend the other 8 hours busting my butt to afford the life that I want to give them. So I think it depends on just the type of woman that you are, the type of entrepreneur that you are, and what you are willing to trade. This is probably one of the most important parts. Defining what success in motherhood really looks like to you. So for me, I want to know that when I'm no longer here, not only did the things that I instilled in my kids, the memories that I made with them, also like the things that I could leave for them, the legacy that I'm leaving behind, that is success in motherhood to me. That is what makes me, like, I don't want to spend 1,000,000 hours with you and I don't got nothing to leave you when I'm no longer here. I want to make sure that I leave behind with my kids tangible things, memories, love, like so many things that can hopefully transfer to their kids and their kids and a generation to come. I think that as an entrepreneur and a woman, we feel like very compelled to keep it all together. Like, I got to keep it together for my kids. I got to keep it together for my partner. I got to keep it together for my business. And the reality is you got to keep it together for you, because without you, none of that is running. And so it's really important for you to know, like, you need to make time for you. Like, I don't play about working out, going for a walk, going for a run. Like, I don't play about me time. And that's the type of energy that will make you a great mom. It's important for you to forgive yourself. I know that sometimes, like, I've went to bed crying on many occasions because I really feel like I am doing a bad job as a mom. So for example, one of the things I gripe about the most when I'm really hyper focused on my business, I drop the ball on like my son's homework, on test days, on things that he needs to focus on and do. And so it makes me upset if he bombs a test, if he doesn't do well. I feel like I have failed when my son does not do well because I feel like I'm not on my job. And the reality of it is there's not enough time in a day, and I am now trading one thing for the next. So it is hard, and I'm going to tell you this. Forgive yourself and do better the next day. There's no other way. Don't beat yourself up about the things that you are falling short on as a mother. Last thing that I would recommend and say is celebrate yourself at all costs. If you've made it and it is Mother's Day, celebrate you. I was on the fence today of celebrating me because I had so much, everything's a mess. Like, I got stuff to do today. And I said, you know what? Pause. Today is your day. You deserve to be celebrated. I think that sometimes if we don't feel like we're doing a great job, we feel as if we shouldn't be celebrated. And I'm telling you, if them kids is alive, if they well, if they love you, if they are, if they are breathing, eating, sleeping, and enjoying life, celebrate you. Take out whatever time you can in your day to still celebrate work that you are doing. For all of those who are there feeling like they are a bad mom because they're an entrepreneur, I just want to tell you, you are doing a good job. Happy Mother's Day.